Hello, everyone, and welcome to Guys with Camera TV. I'm Mike Sahora.
I'm Ed Lau, and you might have noticed last week I was a little bit fuzzy. It's because Michael wasn't wearing his glasses, and this week he is. And
I'm wearing the glasses this
he
week.
is wearing his glasses, and we are filming. The camera that's on me this week is the new Canon 70D. So even though Michael's wearing his glasses this week, it has its own face detection autofocus.
It's got dual phase autofocus.
Something. We're hoping that it works. If I'm still fuzzy this week, we can't blame Michael.
We can. We're going to blame the camera.
Well, yeah. I mean, if that one of the things with these autofocus systems is that it takes the control out of the filmmaker's hands, right?
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So when I misfocus on my camera, or when like our friends at .com.fo misfocus all the time, we can blame them.
Yeah, exactly.
But this time, it's using the in-camera autofocus system, right? So.
Well, but a lot of people want that.
Yeah, I know, but we can't blame anybody for that this time.
So
because it's
be
on
the
a tripod,
camera's
it's all
fault.
your fault, camera, if I'm not in focus. Okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Okay.
So let's do the news.
Let's do the news. I guess the big news this week is from GoPro. And it's the Hero 3 Plus.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of GoPros. I have the Hero 3 Black myself. And this new version, I believe, is 25% lighter, 25% smaller.
It's 20% smaller, 25% longer lasting batteries, and it's got new upgraded Wi-Fi, making it 4 times faster.
Yeah, those are all great things. I mean, especially battery life. Battery life for my GoPro is terrible. I mean, I had to buy a set of 5 extra batteries just to shoot an entire day. I mean, they last about an hour each, or roughly about that much, depending on what mode you're recording in. And but do you feel like these upgrades are good enough to justify a new product altogether?
Well, I mean, I guess the real upgrade is, smaller, lighter,
really?
and still more capable kind of
but
thing.
But nobody I know looks at their GoPro and says, "Man, I wish this was 25% smaller," because it's already the size of like a small, like a matchbox or like a pack of gum or something like that. It doesn't really need to be all that much smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, when I was expecting the new GoPro, I was expecting something like 1080 at 120 frames per second, so we can get 5 times slow motion, or even like optimistically, maybe 1080 at 240, which would be absolutely nuts. I'd buy that immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the big jump that they're going to have to do next, I guess, is 4K at 30 frames per second.
Yeah,
they're still at 4K at 15 frames per second.
I think there are more consumer uses right now for high speed rather than high resolution. Like look at Apple, for instance, for the Apple iPhone, for example. It does 720 at 120 frames per second, which is 5 times slow motion, and it's already being promoted as one of their biggest features.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a really niche thing, but to people that like making videos, doing this high speed slow motion is a really fun thing to do. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So
I agree.
I don't know. I just don't think it's that much of an upgrade, and I kind of blame Apple for stuff like this, because when you have a company that's cornered the market so well like GoPro. I mean, GoPro is ubiquitous with action cams. So.
Oh yeah, I mean it's winning awards. It's one of the most bought cameras in the film industry.
I mean, it's great for people that are. It's a great vacation camera. I recently took mine to Europe, and when you're just going around the city and want to pick shots of yourself, walking around or something like that, it's fantastic. But now that we have like the iPhone 5 F4, it started with the 3GS, and then the iPhone 4S, the iPhone 5S. Now every company that's cornered the market thinks they can just release an incremental upgrade and make a ton of money off of it, which they probably will.
They probably do. But you know what? The camera manufacturers have been doing that for quite a long time.
That's true. I mean,
with their point and shoot lines, and some SLR models.
We're even getting cameras that are just released to fix bugs. The Nikon D610 is just to fix. It's basically D600. But it fixes a problem that was on the D600.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with it myself. I just know I'm not a Nikon guy myself. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
what else?
This week, I believe National Geographic has 125th anniversary issue that's to do with photography. It's a photography
Well, I
issue.
mean, yeah, National Geographic has always been known for some of the best photography ever.
Oh man, like
You know.
just iconic photos all over the place.
Well, exactly, and probably everybody has seen the photos, right? They
Right.
just don't realize that it's like a National Geographic
Yeah.
photo. You know, a good example is like anybody who's got an Apple TV, right? And then it goes into that screensaver mode and it shows all the photos. Well, those are pretty much all National Geographic photos,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Do you have a favorite one? Right?
A favorite one. I mean, the National Geographic photo, the one that I like. You know, again, it's on the Apple TV. Is the one of the polar bear swimming underwater,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
see the reflection of the polar
Yeah.
bear above it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think my favorite has to be the most iconic photo of National Geographic. The one of the Afghan girl with the green eyes.
Yes.
Oh, that's just an amazing portrait. It was shot on one of the last, not one of the last, but on this old school film, Kodachrome.
Yes.
Which is no longer being used, and I think it was Steve McCurry. I think it's Steve McCurry that shot that photo, and he
Yeah.
shot the last roll. That's a great film, by the way, if you want to watch a 10-minute short film on the last roll of Kodachrome. But anyway, yeah, National Geographic. I think every photographer has at least at some point dreamt of shooting for National Geographic. I mean, it's a great thing. You just go travel the world and with
And
your
take-
camera.
and take photos, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
how bad could that be?
Yeah. I think it's a pretty cool gig.
Yeah.
So I
Anyway.
think that's it.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow news week, isn't it?
It's pretty slow. It's gonna pick up. It's
Yeah.
gonna get busier. So we're gonna have a lot more to talk about. I think we're gonna have to spend less time on the products, you know, in the future because they're
Yeah.
becoming fast and
I
furious
agree.
for a while now.
Yep.
Okay, I'm Mike Zahora. You can find me on Twitter at Michael Zahora.
I'm Ed Lau. You can find me on Twitter at Ed Lau. And
Thank-
yeah, Skywars with Cameras TV.
Thanks for watching.